Okay, hi there. My name's Sophie, and today I'm going to be taking you through an educational resource that I love, and I hope that you're going to love too. It's a way for you to make fun online learning games for your students that I know that they will just love because, certainly, in my experience, when I've tried this in the classroom, my kids have just loved it, and I hope yours will too. It's called Kahoot. And today I want to show you around the Kahoot website how to sign up for a Kahoot as a teacher and how to make your first Kahoot quiz. Okay, let's get straight into it. The first place that you need to navigate to is getkahoot.com. And that will take you to this website here with a very cute video of people of all ages enjoying Kahoot, so you can see a little bit of the game in action. First place you need to go if you haven't signed up for an account before with Kahoot is just this yellow button here, sign up for free. Sign up is completely free as a teacher or a student. There's nothing at all to pay, and you get access to the full features of Kahoot, which is really wonderful. Really simple sign up process. You just need to select your role. So, for our purposes, we'd select I'm a teacher, enter in your school or your uni that you're teaching at, and just select some really basic account details and then click create account. Okay, once you have your Kahoot account, you can go back to getkahoot.com and sign in, which is what I am going to do now. And I'm already signed in here. This is my account. So this is your main account screen here, and this is where you'll be creating all of your Kahoots from. There are 3 different styles at the moment of Kahoots that you can create. The standard quiz, which is a multiple choice quiz or a true-false quiz that you may have seen before in the classroom. They've also got discussions and surveys as 2 other types of learning games that are available through Kahoot. But today we're going to be focusing on a quiz. Okay, so we're going to create our quiz. So I'll just click on the little question mark that says quiz there. First of all, you just need to enter in some basic details about your quiz. So give your quiz a title. So we'll call it my first Kahoot. A little description for your quiz as well. The description, the kind of template description that they give you there uses hashtags because Kahoots are available publicly. So Kahoots can become a wonderful public resource that you can then share with other teachers in your school, in your area, in your state, in your country, all around the world really. And that means that there's also some really great resources available from teachers all around the world where the work's being done for you. So you might find some really great already made Kahoots out there. So enter a short description for your Kahoot. So we'll just say, this is my first go. Okay, you need to select who your Kahoot is visible to. Obviously, for the moment, we are going to select everyone so our students are able to play it. Select your language. Obviously, I will be selecting English. And select your audience as well. So again, for our purposes, we'll be selecting school. Kahoot does give you the option to enter a cover image if you'd like. That just adds a little bit of colour to your Kahoot. Might help kind of frame the context a little bit for your students. So if you'd like to, you can certainly add a cover image. I won't be doing that today. It also gives you the option to credit any resources. So if you're using any external sources that you would like to acknowledge, you can do that in the main section here. Another nice feature is that it lets you add a video that plays at introduction. So again, in those kind of minutes where your students are actually joining the Kahoot, and in our second video we'll show you what that looks like, you can have a video playing on the intro screen. So that might be something that's related to the content that you're teaching. It might be an explanation video, something to engage your students, to get them interested in the topic, or actually a piece of information that you might want to quiz them on. So there's a couple of different ways that you could use that intro video. Again, just for kind of ease of setup, I won't be adding anything today. So for the moment, we've got everything, all the information that we need in this first screen. Once you're happy, click on OK, Go. And this is when you can start to enter your questions for your quiz. So one of the real benefits of Kahoot is that honestly it's just so easy to use and set up. You almost don't really need me talking you through it. It's that user friendly and that self-explanatory. But we'll just go through and I'll show you exactly how simple this is. And let's go ahead and add our first question. Just clicking on the purple cross there for add question. Up here in this box here is where you add your question. One little downfall of Kahoot is that unfortunately it doesn't let the questions be too long. This really adds to the beautiful simplicity and clean layout of the game and keeps that really clean and concise and easy to read. But it does mean that you do need to sometimes get a little bit creative about the way that you word your questions. Sometimes that might mean using abbreviations, sometimes it might mean kind of just being a little bit clever in how you word things. But it's something that you certainly get used to and you know the types of questions that aren't going to be too wordy for your students. So let's start off with, let's do a maths question. What is 10 times 2? Okay. You can set a time limit for all of your questions. You can select them from the fixed box there, obviously using your teacher judgment there, depending on the difficulty of the question and the ability levels of your class and how you've set it up. You might want to change the timings there. Because this is quite a simple question, I might give my students just 10 seconds, say, to answer it. Awarding points adds to the actual gamification of the Kahoot, so we'll leave that on because that lets kind of assigns points to the students who are playing and really adds to that competitive element, which students really enjoy, I've found, in the Kahoot. The structure of the quiz is kind of a multiple choice structure, and you can enter up to 4 answers here. Again, you've got a 60 character limit on your answers, so you may need to be quite concise in the way that you word them. Luckily, we've got a maths question, so not too many problems about that. For this question, we'll use all 4 and then we'll select the one that's correct. So for our first answer, we might put 12. For answer 2, we'll put 20, which is obviously the correct answer. Let's try 8, and a final answer, 200. Okay, just select the tick box to make that answer the correct answer. Another thing I just wanted to point out here as well, if you click on this little box here, add a symbol, this is just a useful little one to know for any language teachers out there, any maths teachers out there. If you're using this, say language teachers for a vocab test, you do have access to pretty much every character there under the sun. Or if you're, for physics teachers or maths teachers, or I don't know what else, gosh, economics teachers, they've got a whole heap of other symbols there, so don't feel restricted by anything there, even through to the Greek alphabet. Wonderful. Okay, so we've got our question, we're happy with that, we've set our time limit, and we've got our answers. Again, it does let you enter media there as well, which can be a really useful way to do it if you're teaching a subject that where media or where visuals are really important, or if you'd like to add something to the question there, then you can enter different types of images or indeed video to your question as well. Okay, so once you're happy with your question, you're happy with your answers, you've selected the correct one, just hit next, and it takes you back to your quiz screen. And you've got your question entered there. That's question 1. You've got your time limit, and you're all good to go. Let's add one more question. So let's say it's a question about Kahoot. Kahoot is a great online learning tool. Another way that you can structure your questions in Kahoot is just a true-false. So you don't need to use all 4 of the answers. That's another thing to keep in mind. You can just use, you must use 2, but you can use 2 or 3 or 4. So you might want to set up some true-false questions as well. So again, same thing, select the answer that you want to be correct, give it a time limit, add media if you'd like to, credit any resources that you've used, and once you're happy, click next, and you're back to the home screen. Once you've added all your questions and you're happy with it, a couple of little edits you can make from this screen. You can move questions around if you want to change the order. You can go back and edit any questions you like by just clicking this orange pencil here, edit this question. You can change your time limit if you've changed your mind about that. You can also duplicate questions if you'd like 2 questions that are the same for any reason. And you can also delete questions by just clicking that little bin there. So really easy to use, really straightforward and user-friendly. Once you've got a quiz that you're happy with, you can go ahead and click the green save button. Kahoot saves it all, and it's saved and published, and that is then attached to your account, so you can access it at any time. You can go back and edit it, and you can preview it, you can share it with others, and of course, you can play it. I'm going to create another video which will take you through exactly how to run a Kahoot in your classroom, and we'll see what Kahoot looks like in action and why it is so much fun and so engaging and such a wonderful educational tool for our students. But for now, I hope that's helped you to set up a Kahoot account and to create your first quiz, add your questions, and save your quiz ready to go. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.